Yes, sir.
Okay. See, yesterday we have seen two tests, right? So if you go to our program, right? Like I've created two tests. What does the first test does? First test is going to log in successfully, and then it is going to click on the uh, menu and log out. Second test, what we are doing is we are trying to give some invalid username and password, then it will automatically fail. Now we can even generate a HTML report like this, like what I have showed you, right? This report generally we give it to the your manager or you to the CM. This is the report which will be sending to all the stakeholders. Stakeholders means like to your project manager and the test manager on the status of the defects. So what it gives the report saying that like on which environment did you execute, like what was the Python version, what was the Windows version, and how much time it has taken to run the test. And these are the details like if any failures, right, where it failed, like my this is the error, like my front end value was invalid credentials, and I'm comparing with invalid credentials one. That's the reason why it failed. Okay, it will clearly tell you the error. Okay, if it passes right, it will show that the result has been passed. Like this, it will generate the data. Okay, so how to do this is we have to install. We need to install one plugin. Okay, what is that plugin? The plugin is called as PyTest.html. In your, if you go to your Eclipse, right? If you install this plugin, PyTest.html, it automatically it will generate a report for us. So once one parameter, what we have to add is go to edit configuration and the additional arguments, right? You have to add this one. You are specifying that this is the you have to generate an HTML report. You are specifying it. Now let me run this, and again I'll show you how the report will come. So this is how you get the report. Right click, open with browser. Chrome browser, you can open the report. Okay. This was generated at the time. I'm using Singapore system, so the time is 9:45. On this particular date, it got generated, and this is how you can see the result. This will give you the complete information, like how much time it has taken. The first test case has taken 13 seconds, and the second test case has taken 23 seconds. Okay. So our what does page update model say is okay. What does it say is we need to create a separate method for web elements. Sorry, we need to create a separate class for web elements and also a separate class for test methods. That's what we have to do. Okay. Right now, my test methods and web elements are in a single class. So if I'm looking at this particular class, right, my test methods and web elements are in a single class. So what I'll do is I'll try to remove the web elements from my test class. Okay. So this is what I have to remove. I have to remove all these web elements from my test class and place it in my login page. Okay. So I have created one class, and these are my web elements. So I'll write self dot driver is equal to driver. Okay. And these are my my username, text, password, and the login button. Okay. Now I'll create one method. Def say enter username. I'm going to create a method for enter myself from username. Okay. How did I enter data in the username? This is how I enter, right? Okay, this is how I enter the data. Okay. And what I have to do is I need to import my driver class. Okay. So instead of this value by name user is equal to username, right? I need to replace this value. Username value is there, right? This is coming from here. Okay, this is how I define user. And before that, I have to clear the username, right? If anything is there, I have to clear that. Okay, what I'm doing is this username is there, right? I'm assigning it to one variable. Okay, and instead of admin, right, whatever value I pass it from the class, right, that will come and sit here. Okay, similarly, I'll create one more method for password. So instead of, I have to replace it with this variable. Yeah, so username, password I'll keep. And similarly, I have one more method called as click login. Def click underscore login. Self dot driver dot find element by XPath, right? By dot XPath, comma, this value. Dot click. Okay, this is how I create it. Okay, this is how I created class. Somewhere different from intelligence. Okay.
Username method is 2 times is there, sir.
Sorry?
Username method is 2 times is there. Ah, yes.
Okay. Password. Now, what I need to do is I need to import this class in my test class. Then only I can use these methods, right? Okay. So how do you do it? From form dot. This is my where is it available? Form dot pages dot. Okay. Pages dot login page. I want to import a class. What is my class here? My class is also login page. Okay. once I import this class, then what I can do, I can replace these values, right? So till here, everything is fine. I can these three values, I can create an object of login class and I can do it. Okay. Create an object called as login is equal to my page is login, my class name is login page, and I'm passing in parameter called as driver. Now I can call the methods. So constructor is having driver object. Okay. Here I already have driver object somewhere here. Yeah. Driver is equal to so it's not driver. Okay. Now if I want to enter data, I have a method login dot enter username. And what username I want to pass? I want to pass a username called as admin. Okay. And it should be in double quotes. Okay. Similarly, if I want to enter password, login dot enter password. This is much easy to maintain, right? So admin underscore 123. Afterwards, I want to click on login dot click to login. Okay. Similarly, so this now what is happening? I have a separate class for my web elements. I have a separate class for test methods, and I am creating an object of this web elements class. And my advantage is we'll have only one copy of web elements and multiple test cases. Whenever the web element changes, right, your test will not get affected. Only thing is you have to go here and change your username and password. And what it says is for every page, we have to create a class. So this is a, and these two belongs to home page, right? These two belongs to home page. So I'll create one more page, new Python file, home page. Okay. Similarly, the way you have created for login page, right? The same way we'll create for home page also. Okay, here it will be home page. Okay, so what are my test methods? I have two test methods. First one is it's a menu, right? I'll call it as so when I try to log in, this home page, right? This is a menu actually, and it is called as what menu we'll call it as profile menu. Profile menu, I'll call it as. Okay, I'll call it as profile menu. So I'll create one. Profile underscore menu. And how you're identifying it? You're identifying by XPath. This is the value. Okay. And you have logout. This is a link. log out, which is a link, and you are using link text to identify. Okay, what is that value? Okay, now what I'll do is I'll create one method called as click login and click password, like the way we have created it here, right? Click login and click password and create. Click welcome and click password and create some methods. This is the constructor. Find element in place of this one. I have to create this. Let me type it. I'm going to replace this with self dot profile menu XPath dot click, calling it as click welcome, click menu, profile menu, and then I am going to create one more method for logout. Click logout. I'm going to replace with self dot logout by link text. So these are the two methods which I am. Okay, now I'm separating my web elements from the test method. This is not required now. Similarly, I have to create one more, like is a welcome object, right? Welcome is equal to, and I need to import this class. Import its welcome page. Sorry, it's on my home page. It's not coming like this. Huh? Form dot pages dot home page import home page. Okay. Here I'm calling it as home is equal to home page, and I'm passing driver as an object. Now I have to call these two methods. Home dot profile link. Sorry. That's my method name. Home dot click profile menu is my method, and okay. Similarly, home dot click logout. By doing this, see how easy it is. By doing this, your test is independent of the web elements, right? So you are nowhere you are in your page class, you are creating the web elements, you are creating in a separate class. So it will be very easy. So I can replace these three things, right? Username, password, and these three values. Similar, what I need to do, I need to create like this. This is the code I have to copy. You are maintaining your code very well. So instead of admin, I'll write 1, 2, 3, 4, and remove this. And nowhere you are trying to and a message, right? In this part of login class. So whenever a new element gets added, so go here and self dot error message MSG underscore XPath only. Error message is a label, right? Label underscore XPath is equal to this value. Get error text. Error text. Okay, get error text. So for this, I'm going to replace it with this label. Self dot. Okay, now I'm going to call this one in my login test. Login dot get error text. Context. Get error and say rather than calling it get error message. Say get error message. Here also say error message, and this is correct. Okay, so nowhere you are using your web elements in the page class. Now it is very easy to maintain these classes. It gives a very good step slide, like what I'm doing. I'm entering username, entering password, clicking on login button, and I'm going to home page, clicking on profile menu, clicking on like this. We have to create your test. Now let me run it once again. Right click. What will come? This is your results. This is your report. Okay, this is how you get the report. Oh, this also failed, huh? Why it failed? It's not able to access now. Not able to access login click test. And error handler. No such element found. Okay. Something failed actually. Admin 123, admin 123. Okay, let's see why it failed. creating an object of equal to self. Initializing the driver. Correct. Let me check where I'm making mistake. The test method is a setup class. Is it required? I'm saying driver is equal to self driver. I don't think this is required. The driver object only. Let me run once and check the issue. Oh, it has entered. It has entered. It's not able to find logout button. Ah, okay. Not able to click on logout. Issue with logout. No such element found. Home page. Login link text is there. It's not XPath, it's link text. Text. Okay, now it will work. Okay, one is pass and one is fail. Report is also generated. Okay, this is how we can test. One is pass and one is fail. This report you have to send it. Further what some people will do, they don't even want to maintain here. They want to maintain everything in one place. Okay, for this purpose, what they do is they create a class called as locators. These are the web elements related to locators, right? Login page, right? Login page elements, objects, web elements. You can remove self. Like this, they say. Yeah, directly they write like this. From form dot pages dot locators import it is like this they'll write. Okay, now everything is in this class only. Password. Now your code is highly configurable. Only here you have to make for the entire project, you have to make changes at this particular location. Similarly, for home page. Home page also we have two elements. In fact, three. Logout link and menu path. This is not required. You're able to follow, right? What I'm doing? Yes, no.
Yes, sir.
So it is highly customizable code now. In home page, I have to import from form dot pages dot locators import locators locators dot open export. Okay. Equal to locators dot logout. Logout link. This I'm going to do. Same. It is very easy now to maintain your code. Now, you are completely separating the web elements from the test class, and everything is it is easy to maintain if you are writing in this format. Okay, it's what this framework you can explain how you have developed. Definitely, there are a question on framework. You can explain whatever you have discussed in today's session, right? That you can discuss. So what framework you have used? You have to say I've used page object model framework. If you look at the definition, page object model. It is a design pattern that has become popular in test automation for enhancing test maintenance and reducing code duplication. Okay. The page object is an object-oriented class that serves an interface between the page and the AUT, means application under test. And here what they're saying is a page object model. There is objects that is the test uses the methods of the page called object class. I'm using the methods of the object class wherever they need to interact with the UI of that page. Whenever I want to interact with the UI of the page, I call the methods of the page class. Okay. The benefit is that if a UI changes for the page, the test themselves need not change. If my UI is changing, right, my test case will not get impacted, right? Okay. My test case will not get impacted because I'm not directly calling the UI, the elements here. Only I need to go to this particular location and change my web elements. So if the benefits is that if the UI changes for the page, then the tests themselves don't need to change. Only the code within the page objects needs a change. In our case, not even code, only this locators page need to be updated. Okay, this is the advantage. Advantage is there is a clean separation between the test code and the page specific code, such as locators. I'm separating my test code with the locators. Okay, there is a single repository of all the service and operations on the page rather than having the services scattered across the test. Now, in one point, you will get all the information. This is how the page object model will work. Any questions? Yes.
If
No?
we have more number of test cases, sir, we have to do like that only, sir.
Correct. We have to follow this method.
Mm.
You have to write down in this direction. So this is about the course. So I've covered almost each and every concept. If you go to any material and any blog and refer, right, whatever I've covered, right, you will not find more than this. Like all the controls I've covered. Okay, even the advanced controls like autocomplete, date picker, how to take screenshots and slider, mouse hover, drag and drop, everything I've covered. Okay, and how to make use of all the locators and how to work with multiple browsers. I think we didn't load the driver. That's the reason why it didn't work. Rest all I will load. What I'll do is I will email you or I'll upload it into one repository, all the code, and I'll share with you. Okay, all the best for your careers and be in touch with me. And if you have any questions, you are always free to connect with me.
Okay, sir.
And
Thank you.
wish you good luck and take care.